Okay, so today I'm going to continue into episode 2 of doing my Galvadon gimmick deck, and it really is, for all intents and purposes, my first time ever playing as him. Was like last time, and I think I even got to play him and win a game because of it, right? Whatever you give him, like, I forget if charge is part of the rotation, but whatever you give him, you let him stealth for one turn, and then it doesn't matter whether he has charge or not, and then you give him like Wind Fury plus attack, and it can still be a satisfying finisher, you know, the following turn. And so the point is that I'm going to do that as like my second Paladin gimmick deck, because the first one was kind of, you know, went on for a whole month. I did it last month with the 4 Horsemen, which is fun, but even that I never really played too much because I just never played Paladin too much. So even though I found Galvadon and the 4 Horsemen to be interesting mechanics, right, I played the 4 Horsemen maybe a little bit at the time, but I never really played this. I don't think I ever remember playing Galvadon. So I even had it ready and stuff. I had the card already in my collection, and I had a deck maybe for it. So yeah, we spent most of the last time just building the deck, I guess. So what we'll do is like a little mini permanent thing that I sometimes do. So like last month I did the 4 Horsemen gimmick deck. Now I'm doing this one, but so we'll do this until like next month. But the point is that I'll do it where I'll play each one until I lose a game. So then I have to rotate to the other one. So we're doing Galvadon, and then if I lose, then I'll play as the 4 Horsemen. So I'll still give that one a chance in this sort of rotation. That's what I sometimes have been doing with these gimmick decks, like I'll have multiple of them, and then I'll say, okay, I'll play as this one until I lose. Like I was doing something weird with that, like with Renounced Darkness and Jaraxxus or something with the Warlock. So you have multiple gimmick decks, and then you see which one does best between them. And I was even doing that with Whizbang. I was doing that with Whizbang. Like I'll play as the old Whizbang until I lose, then I'll play as the new Whizbang, like the one that would give you obviously standard decks or whatever, right? The Whizbang, the Wonderful or whatever. One of them was weird because the text doesn't even fit on the card or something. I forget, there was some weird bug with it, like, so this you just have to buff stuff, which you can kind of keep reusing the same thing even here. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of a fun mechanic. Even this is more of a gimmick than the other thing, because that's too much of a win condition. And we speed ran this bronze rank 4, so that's clearly a good sign. But no, you have you know, Explore and Goro, Zin, Azari, unless I would say I'd combine them both into one, or even the Iron Juggernaut, I would do those as warriors. So like I play as the Iron Juggernaut till I lose, then I play as Explore and Goro till I lose, then I play as Zin, Azari until I lose. Like, I guess I could buff their thing. Oh, this thing can be really annoying though. I remember it would turn into like some really super strong thing right later in the game. I forget exactly how they do it. I think I even used that myself at some point. Yeah, I did play Death Knight actually a fair amount when it first came out, so for whatever extent that's relevant. Like, I didn't like the rune mechanic, but I just did it just because, oh, it's a new class. So now the only hero class they need to add is Monk, I guess, unless they added another one since after Legion and Demon Hunter. I haven't kept up with WoW at all since the end of Wrath, so I don't even know, but you kind of hear things about it or whatever. Yeah, we'll just go with this one, and hopefully we get some cool Galvadon interactions. Aside from that, oh yeah, I did do something else with it too. I forgot that a lot of them are, if you have nothing but Paladin cards in your deck, it gives you a bonus. So I have like 3 or 4 cards like that, like the Invitation Check and other stuff like that. So this is fine. Whoops.
Really, it's not too heavy.
And this guy got buffed like crazy too, not just even with that effect, but I mean, what was he even before? Like, his statting was worse, he didn't have taunt, he just was garbage, right? So it's interesting that they take all these old cards and, you know, when they have all this power creep already going, why even bother doing that? Because you have, you know, why not just use the new power creep down cards? Yeah, he's scared. He sees the Galvadon thing and he already gets fucked over. Or that shows you how little I knew about it. I forgot that it was even tied to the quest. So I looked up in my collection, I'm gonna craft Galvadon, or, you know, because I couldn't find it. But then I realized, oh, I already have the quest that mentions Galvadon, but it doesn't appear when you search it. Like, it's kind of weird. You know, if that's in the card text, you should still see it. But no, it's like the last Kaleidosaur or whatever the fuck, so Galvadon is not actually a card in your deck. Like, I was so stupid because I forgot where it was really from. But it would only make sense, because if all you had to do was summon it, then it would be way too easy to do the effect.
You will not stop me now.
Yeah, you have to do 5 spells, which is not really that high of a standard, but draw a holy spell, draw a spell. But no, there are some fun things like with the invitation. I think I even saw that last time, but I forget exactly what it was, but it was really good. Like, put a bunch of legendary minions in your deck and they all cost 0 or something like that. That in itself could pass off as a gimmick, you know, as a gimmick deck on its own. But what we didn't get to do ever still with the 4 Horsemen deck was the 8 Horsemen kind of idea that I wanted to win with almost, well, maybe not both at once. I don't know how you would be able to do that. There must be some way that an effect would trigger where it would like summon both. It'll play your hero power, and when you play your hero power, it automatically summons a minion from your hand, or some weird interaction that would allow you to do both at once. So it would kill all the minions at the same time, meaning the Rivendare War Rider type thing, right? It would kill the Rivendare, plus it would also summon the last one at the same time. Like when a minion is summoned, deal 1 damage to all minions, and the Rivendare guy has 1 health left. And so both win conditions trigger at the same time. But no, I haven't won because of that one a single time, even though I did that deck basically for a month. Right, I was still not able to. It cost 0 this turn, and then we may as well just buff it with that. At least we were playing into a theme. But see, the reason why this qualifies as a gimmick is, and of course you can buff Galvadon himself with these cards on top of his already adapt effects. People do have trouble getting rid of it seems like, because even really good decks are not going to have something to remove somebody in stealth. That's the most important effect that you get from him, is stealth. Or I guess charge could also work, but it's very unlikely they'll just be able to deal with that. You know, what if I just do this? It seemed kind of like a waste, but also if it dies, you get the Libram back and you can keep spamming it. But no, it's a case where yeah, that other 4 Horsemen one is really hard to get. Rivendare War Rider, or it's not meant for a Paladin, obviously. I'm just doing that to play into the gimmick of like, oh, look, we're already about the 4 Horsemen, so... restore to... Yeah, see, I can almost just do this already. Restore 8 health, destroy an enemy minion, finale. All your remaining mana. That's pretty good, I guess. But the problem with that is you would actually have to have them be damaged, but I guess I could still do it. So we literally already got Galvadon, so can I win now? Exactly as planned. There are some interesting synergies and value happening here. The only question becomes, look how quickly we get it, dude. Almost on turn 5 itself. What we have is the ability to realize that, again, I'll look through the deck actually in a second after this game. What other ones do I have that reward me for only having Paladin cards? Because that was the whole theme, that I didn't realize there even was that many cards that mention that. But it's obviously a case of it's obviously a case where you're able to why does my mic seem sort of lower somehow? I've been having the issue with my internet too, where it's like, I don't know, somehow OBS keeps crashing when I guess why I even hold back on this. OBS keeps crashing when I decide to, or I guess you could do like Defile or some shit, you know, do 1 damage for every corpse. So Wind Fury is very important. Attack is obviously good. Stealth is very important. 3 attack again. 3 attack again. So now you just trade this shit in. Like, what could you possibly do? Believe it. What are you, from Naruto or some shit? Which I don't think they actually say that in the... They say like dot... I'm even bloviating. But see, that's like...
By the holy light.
There's nothing you can do about that then. Like, what am I supposed to do, man? Even if it was elusive, it wouldn't work because he's not targeting it. It's just automatic. Yeah, why would elusive even matter if you already have stealth? That is so fucking bullshit, man. +4/+4 Divine Shield.
I do love a good
Now we'll just kill you with vengeance just to take revenge for that stupid ass fucking thing. I'm even saying, oh, haha, that people have trouble dealing with this in stealth, but... And what am I supposed to do? Like, oh, make sure it's not the highest health minion, but then how would I know that? Of course, my positioning was optimal, so you couldn't get all three out of that. You could just play this and get rid of something big, which there is no such thing. That proves it's a bot right there. They're just trying to attack into that. But this is kind of cute. You can always buff it. Discover location from the future. 2 dragons, +2/+2, less attack, cast a secret. Oh, did she say that last time? I thought she said believe it. I just heard, you know, but then she said believe in yourself. Okay, that shouldn't really matter too much. You guys, okay, dude. But most classes aren't gonna have an answer for that always immediately on hand. And the point is we still win, but just kind of lame. I'm more interested in the gimmick than the actual victory. Perfect lethal kill, honorable kill. But yeah, paladins are an interesting class in that way that it's so hard for me to find a gimmick deck even for them. Like, there's just nothing I find enjoyable. I hate paladins in classic WoW, and I hate them in this game too, apparently. But I really don't hate them here. I just never really played them much. I probably played them the most in Arena because they were so often so good for whatever reason. Murloc Knight or something, at least early on in the game. Hard to believe this game has been out for 11 fucking years. Yeah, there. Oh, I forgot to look at that, but yeah, this you have for the invitation aspect. And the reason why is because obviously, for whatever reason, I just decided on a whim that, oh, I don't want to have any or I only want to have paladin cards, just because there's like 3 or 4 cards that actually mention it. So I figured, why not? That adds like another gimmick on top of the Galvadon thing. I feel like I kept calling him Galacron at first because it just sounds so similar. So doing the 5 spells is not very difficult at all. Some of these are in there again just for the gimmick theme of like, oh look, I'm having a whole bunch of buffs, but it's not like that's very efficient to do. Nor is it really even that good. It's not like you'd use it on Galvadon. Oh yeah, here's another one. Or no, I guess that just synergizes with the buffing aspect, not the only paladin card aspect. So there's that 7 cost check, and then there's the invitation check, and I feel like there's even something else. Yeah, it's kind of fun to compete your own decks against each other, like one gimmick versus another. So you would have, and that is like the one gimmick to rule them all, because it's actually one that if you get the gimmick with that one, you automatically win the game. So even if it's not that good of a deck, right? If you get the 4 Horsemen, you just auto win. There's no question about it. Yeah, that thing alone will just fucking destroy you. The, like I could just do this. Well, I guess there's nothing really to heal though, is the problem. Right, it has to actually do effective healing, I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, you could just spam it, you know, on anything. +8, +8. Can't believe I'm actually burning fucking cards here. Or no, I mean, it's not like my hand is full. Your next holy spell costs 2 less. Really nothing I care to do though, and it doesn't say this turn, right? Just period. This is one of those gimmick card designs that I mean. Why doesn't it even have to be Holy Cowboy? Can't it just be Holy Cow? Oh, but that's a Magic the Gathering card, I'm pretty sure. So they can't copy that. I wouldn't want to do this, but I mean... Wait. You could really just do this? That seems kind of like an awkward play, but I guess it's fine. Just gonna have nothing cheap to really get out there. This picture is used for some other card that keeps confusing me. Right? Like this is like a Murloc deck card that isn't related to this at all. Okay, let's just hurry up and get Galvadon out there. We gotta buff a bunch of shit. After you cast a spell on this minion, I mean, you could still do it for this reason. Like, let's see if it counts for the other thing. Oh, it does count. That's kind of dirty. It doesn't even have to be effective healing. Look at that, dude. That is dirty, bro. That is dirty. We'll do it even again. Fuck it. That is nasty. That almost shouldn't be a legal thing that you can do. It should only count if you're actually able to, if it's effective healing. Like they're actually missing a health, right? You're not really healing them. I can understand the card draw, but the buff count shouldn't really do that. So now you're fucked. Like, what could a Warlock do? He'll have like the Rain of Fire or whatever the fuck. You know, discard a card and destroy a minion for every one or something. This is add a copy of each spell. You cast this game to your hand. I mean, the point is you should just go for it and hope that they can't deal with it. Which more than likely they will be able to. Divine Shield, Poisonous. Poisonous doesn't matter at all. Wind Fury is very important. Stealth is very important. I feel like Elusive is not really that valuable, even though I'm the biggest fan of Elusive ever, right? That's not even still that good, but maybe that wasn't even the best idea. But again, what are the chances that you're going to have an answer for this on only turn 8? Just whatever, on curve, everything. I guess you could play like a Cthulhu type play, if right, to try to deal with this if you could do enough damage with it, but I'm just trying to think of all the options. Every class does basically have an answer for it now in this day and age, but it just wouldn't be okay, dude. Man, even though I'm gonna win these games, I'm getting cucked in a hard way. I'm getting hard cucked. Give it the +4. That's so fucking annoying, bro. I want to see one little fucking gimmick and he can't stay alive for one turn. I like that one Warlock card though, that's like you lose your whole deck but then you win the game in 5 turns, right? That seems like it could be fun to base around a gimmick, even though it's not much of a gimmick. Deal is attack to all other minions. Okay, I guess. I'm just gonna fucking turn this into my Galvadon over here. I don't give a shit. Give me the dragons or whatever. Choose a friendly minion, summon a copy. 3 health and taunt that can't attack. Sounds like the perfect thing to do with this because you get it buffed up so much and the death rattle is there. Look how annoying this thing is gonna be. Even if you kill it, I get the 8/8 right back. So this is pretty satisfying on the buff level. This kind of suits what a paladin's all about. You keep healing stuff. Not that there's a lot of healing, but you keep buffing stuff. You keep making it kind of annoying to kill. So the gimmickry here is fun regardless of Galvadon, but that is insane. We play him twice. We get him twice in both of these games, which is a pretty good showing for the deck. Like, you know, it's not that hard to get him out there. But then he dies to the Death Knight card, Asphyxiate or whatever, and then he dies to Twisting Nether, which, again, at least they're having to go out of their way to do it. Like, now they won't have an answer because they already used it. The card text on that was, like, a little different, too. I didn't even read it, but it was, like, it looked longer. I'll actually look at that after. Or it's, like, some weird thing where, like, it's different in Wild than it is in Standard or something. They keep doing weird changes like that. And it could be very confusing because then it would make you like craft the card twice. You already have the card, but then you have to craft a different version for the different mode. If your deck has no neutral cards, add 5 random paladin cards to your hand. Let's just be annoying as fuck over here. Divine Shield, Rush, Lifesteal. We can still wait. We have a lot of good utility things here, so let's just do this. Now, will it copy it in such a way that... Oh my fucking god. Let's just see you deal with this board. I would love to see it. In before twisting nether, ho ho ho. But you still wouldn't be able to fucking do anything. Yeah, that's just a total desperation play, bro. Cthulhu lost to this. Cthulhu lost to a mechano dinosaur egg, bro. All the other old guys are laughing at your clown ass. The Countess. Yeah, and I take this out on them. Like, I don't even care whether I win or lose. I just want to see the Galvadon play out. That's what people don't get about me. I'm all about the gimmicks. Just let me have my gimmick and then I can lose in peace. I don't even care. Right? That's often how it is. Just let me do whatever interaction I'm looking for. Which, again, with the other one, I guess wouldn't be possible because if you get that one, you would just win. But almost every single other one is not like that. Right, none of these, like you get Lorthamar and the elusive stuff, that's not going to win you the game. It might win you the game over the course of a period of time and board control, but it's just not automatic. This one is pretty close to... This one is pretty close for the sense that... you know, you get him in stealth and he's going to have Wind Fury, and so you just hit them for like 20 the next turn. You're probably going to kill them, but... apparently everybody can always deal with that. Like, what are they going to use now? Vanish or something? Or they'll have some other... I feel like most rogue cards actually target stuff, though. Like Assassinate or something. I mean, there's obviously better removal now that I wouldn't have any idea of. Even as little as I played Paladin, I played Rogue much less. That's like my least favorite class. They even vanished out of my little underplayed class round robin thing that I was doing. That's how I started this whole gimmick deck rotation. I said, let me start with the underplayed class round robin where I play my least played classes first. So I played Priest, and then I was meant to play Rogue, but then I forgot, so I just skipped it. And then I started to play, you know, my most played classes like Warrior and Warlock, even though it's a case where that's when I started really the gimmick decks. So I went Priest, then I skipped Rogue somehow. Then I did Warrior, then I did Warlock probably, or maybe I can't remember which of those two. Then I maybe did the Whiz Bang around like the end of last year. Then I did like the Hunter. Then I did the other Whiz Bang, I think. Then I did Shaman, now I'm doing Paladin. Then I'll do Mage, then I'll do Mage, or I did Druid in there somewhere too. Maybe before or after the second Whiz Bang. Even like Divine Shield or something. So yeah, we'll do Mage after this, and then I think that's pretty much the last one. Then we would only have Demon Hunter and Death Knight, which are kind of the exceptions because they're sort of the newer classes, so I don't know what to really do with that. And then I have Rogue still to do. So yeah, I mean, Shaman was very fun with the evolve aspect. There's not just like one fun mechanic with Paladin. That's the problem, right? Evolution is a fun mechanic, or you know, certain things are just interesting. There's not anything that Paladins have that is really that interesting. That's perfectly fine. Early, yeah, like Shutter Walk. That one guy shut me down with Shutter Walk, where he had the, what's the guy's name? That 4-mana 2/6 guy who counters the next spell or trap. Spell or minion you play, whatever the fuck his name is. He kept doing that, so then Shutter Walk would counter both of my next plays. Like, that was a very frustrating deck because of course you summon like a million of them too. 3 out of 5, so you could easily get it here, and you can kind of cheese this in a degenerate way because it's like all you have to do is spam it on something that's not even anything, right? Not even a missing any health.
By the holy light.
Yeah, he's trying to do his own little bootleg Galvadon thing. Oh no, you're gonna buff this tiger in stealth. So what you need to do is now we can do the Maki roll thing. See, now at least that's a strategic amount of value with respect to that, because you have the simple fact of being able to... You have the simple fact of being able to... whatever. If your deck has no neutral cards, set a minion stat to 1/1. Like, so many of these effects, like, I don't like that kind of mechanic, because guess what? You could do that with every class then. If you only have Warlock cards, if you only have Mage cards as a Mage, like, that's such a boring mechanic. But not everybody has it. It's just weird. Right? There's so many cards that have that. I have, in fact, 3 of them in my hand right now. And then a lot of the rest of the effects just have to do with spells cost less for every spell you cast this game. Or it's not even just spells, but I might actually die as much as I'm mocking this person to the raw... like, we could do it this way, I guess. +4/+4 Divine Shield. Okay, so what you can do now... Set a minion stat to 1/1. I don't even care about that, but... Lifesteal, draw a dragon, discover dragon. I don't know why I even did that. Okay, we can play Galvadon, but it's kind of hard to do when you're this low on health. I'm getting cucked one way or the other. Either I'll win before I get a chance to do it, or they always have a perfect removal for it. I'm gonna get cucked 3 times in a row and just quit the game, dude. It's not about whether you win or not, right? That's the foregone conclusion. All these are bot clown dumbasses anyway. He is putting a pretty good amount of pressure on the board. Like, this would be the perfect thing to buff just for the lifesteal. Like, why is this even in there, I wonder? What does this have to do with anything? I love it. Like, it's nothing to do with buffs. It's nothing to do with the quest. I mean, the problem is everything he has is so weenie that it makes it almost hard to decide what to do with that. Yeah, you can do this guy and then this guy. And so what you're going to get now is the ability that the one card they have is going to be the one they need to remove it. Health doesn't matter. You only really care about attack and stealth and Wind Fury. Oh, are we not going to get stealth? Okay, dude. Now they're going to have some... Now I can't complain that, oh, what are the chances they have removal? Because now it wouldn't be that hard to do. It is a very satisfying effect to be able to do that, though. The fucking 5 adapts in 1. I don't think there's any other card that even adapts more than twice, probably. There is one that says, like, adapt, then adapt. Right, I can't remember what it is, but I'm very bad with card names. I could have played a game for like a decade like this one, and I still don't even process what the card names are, because if anything, I just come up with my own stupid gimmick for like a nickname. So now, even without putting it in stealth, I was able to do this. Right, the one game I don't give it stealth because I didn't get offered it, which is kind of bullshit in a way. Do we at least get to see the effect? I'll even BM the clown. I mean, that's a pretty fun, satisfying thing. I mean, and it would have been almost good 5 years ago or whatever the fuck. Like, let's just get to silver, and maybe that's good enough. As intense as this has been. I do these episodes sometimes too late, so I'm even more tired than I normally am. I'm always like half asleep when I stream these days, which is kind of dumb, but it's late, I'm tired, I'm, you know, getting home. It's just like a casual stage that I'm at. But this kind of series is very fun because it doesn't require any sort of time commitment, right? I'm just doing it for the fuck of it. I'm not really trying to get anywhere with the ladder. I'm not really trying to do anything. I'm just playing, like... Okay, that's fine, I guess. We've had no trouble getting Galvadon out. In fact, every single game that we played, you know, even though I haven't been able to keep him out and actually win, except for the last one, I've gotten him out with ease in every single matchup. So it doesn't guarantee that you're going to win, but it guarantees that you get him out. Is that a Kaleidosaur in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? That was a good joke we made with with Anish Giri is like he's playing Ju Wenjun, who's like a female chess player, and like he always is known for stealing pieces. So she says to him, "Is that a bishop in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?" Right? Could be like a contextual joke because he's known for stealing pieces, so it would be a very appropriate thing to say. That movie is pretty wild for what is supposed to be a kids movie. There's a lot of innuendo and stuff in there. Alright, next holy spell costs 2 less. This card is just kind of funny somehow. The way that I keep, I don't know, like I'll do the hero power and do that for like 5. It's just weird. It's good value. It just feels odd. But no, as mage, I was going to do my elusive thing, which I almost should do, but I almost want to do like a Yogg Saron roulette weird kind of thing. So I could maybe do that as rogue too. That'll give you a holy spell. That'll make a holy spell cost less. This will make a... This will make a location from the future, which that's been like one of my favorite mechanics to use so far in either of these gimmick decks, even though it has nothing to do with it. It's just a random card that I happen to put in there, but it's just a really fun effect, right? It can be really good. Draw a spell that costs 3 or less, fine. Oh, fuck.
True strength comes from within.
Are you serious, bro? Now we could maybe still play that too. We can't. That's fine. So we're in a good spot regardless. I mean, again, all these opponents are pushover bot clowns anyway, but... Just ping that shit. But yeah, we could do like some Yogg Saron random spell effect to have as many spells as possible. Do like the deck of cards, like as many random spells that you can do.
Really?
Draw a minion, okay. 1 for each mana you spent on spells. Have I even gotten a chance to play this yet? I'm not even sure. Divine Shield, Rush, Lifesteal. Yeah, you're really wasting that when you should save it for Galvadon, but then you won't even be able to target Galvadon. Fuck it. Do it on my fucking sheep. When a mage gives you a sheep, give them, you make, I don't know how to say it, like when life gives you lemons. When a mage gives you a polymorph, of course, being a mage player might fucking goddamn it, you just polymorphed a fucking sheep. The ultimate. I don't know if I've ever seen that interaction in the history of the game, because why would you ever need to do it? Because nobody would ever buff anything like that. So I forget what these interactions are even about, or what these cards are even about. Discover legendary and cost 0, cost 0. Really, that's it though? Like, it's a good thing, but I thought they'd be like different and variable effects every time.
Your signature is required.
But yeah, random equals fun. That's sort of the theme of some of these gimmicks anyway. Location from the future. Let me see. I mean, I guess you could just do it. I could play all 3 of them. Cast any spell on this minion, resummon it. That could be easy to do in this deck, actually. Discover a 5, 3, and 1. Summon the 5. I like this for the fact of it would be so easy for me to cast spells on it because I just have so many. Nith Og. Summon 2/0/3 eggs. They hatch into 4/4 drakes with rush. That's pretty fun. Summon 3 pirates. No. Equip a 0/6. That could be fun. I mean, you can just, no hesitation, just play them all. Oh, here we go. We got this before too from something, like last episode or so, recently. Rest of the game, your lackeys are 4/4. We use this in that stupid curse deck. They cost 1. What you can do is basically decide to just Wait, how do we do it though? At the end of your turn, cast a helpful mage spell. How do you define helpful? Helpful, but not for you. Helpful for your opponent. Like fucking the fireball could have targeted anything. Like how do you know? It doesn't say. It should be something that is guaranteed not to target you. Right? Not taking a spell that could target you and making it target them, but something that can only possibly, like Frost Nova or something, that could only help you. So that doesn't even make sense. Yeah, helpful mage spell. That's not a helpful mage spell because the Oxyron always hits me in the face with it if I, do it like that. So that's pretty fun. Like all these power creeped out versions of older cards that like, oh, you had to work for that before. It makes the spells the minions in your hand cost 1 or something. Right now you just get everything to do it. Right, it'll just make it so much easier and do all the work for you. Like even Lord Thamar, oh, you go through all the trouble of buffing your stuff, but now you don't have to because just give me fucking stealth, bro. Wind Fury, Divine Shield doesn't really matter. Stealth is very important. +1/+1. Some of these I don't even want, but okay. Alright, we'll go ahead. We'll do the location thing. And cast 3 random secrets, destroy all minions. I'm gonna random 3 cost minion, give it charge.
I do love a good study session.
I mean, I maybe should have done. Okay, fine. Whatever, we're doing that to save Galvadon's back because oh shit, we're getting fireball again. What kind of shit is this? We don't even need it either, but I'm even mocking that. Oh, it is fireball. That doesn't have to be a helpful spell. Something that's guaranteed not to hurt you, not to burn you even. Yeah, this is actually fun for other reasons than purely just Galvadon, but I can almost guarantee that they're not going to be able to deal with it. Some of these games have been too easy, so it's almost hard to judge. Like, let's see how far we can get. Because we're going to win because of other effects. Like, those invitations were so good, or other, other reasons than just that.
Please don't burst my bubble.
Wait, I thought I chose a different one. The Nighthold was in what expansion? Like maybe Legion? I don't know how I even know some of this stuff because I didn't play the game, but maybe I just saw a clip or a reference or something. It'd be so cool to kind of live through some of the story from that point. Oh. I'm just trying to BM you by buffing it as high as I can get it. Which, you're never going to be as satisfactory as some... I don't know what the deck is actually that says that. Like you get like 1 billion damage attack value, like Lore Walker Cho, something like that. That was from the early state of the game. There's probably all kind of crazy stuff you can do with that now. Like even with the Druid deck, we saw that so many times with the 1 billion armor thing. So all you would need is Plate Breaker or just an auto win condition like Rin or obviously the 4 Horsemen itself would be satisfying to do that with. Now you have the ability to, we're batting 100 with getting Galvadon out there, which is a pretty reliable gimmick. That means.
Well met.
Yeah, we'll do this till next month. So it's basically the first episode of the month that I end the finale of this on. Then I'll do Mage with both either the Yogg or the Elusive or whatever we decide, and then we'll move on from there. So that'll be pretty much the end of the year because it's already that'll be September, October for the Mage. Then November, December could be something else, Whizbang or Weird One or something, or Rogue if I really feel like it. And then so into next year, then we'll decide to do this is like an awkward part to be at.
My client has the
I don't think I really use that effect very much. I guess you could say this deck is light on neutral cards. Just random shit. Like, what kind of fucking deck am I playing against? I don't think I really have much AoE or anything in here, though. Give him, like, Wind Fury or something. This is the first game where it seems like I'm having a little trouble in the beginning actually doing anything, but it's fine. You're playing against bot, clown, low-rated trash players. I don't see why they couldn't give bots like just better spells and stuff. I mean just better decks overall, so it's a little more competitive or something. Right, because even a bad bot with a good deck is still going to be more interesting, or it could be a good bot with a, you know, average deck, mediocre deck, but you at least have one dynamic. The bots themselves, in terms of their behavior, are not very good, as we even see in the single player adventures. Like, I remember that all the time. Like, they would have lethal so much in Nax or whatever other solo adventures, and they just never would do it because oh shit. I mean, it's still kind of worth it, but whatever. After you cast a spell on this, draw a card. We only have one spell even still in my hand. Or one buff, I mean. This is literally Paladin's role in Vanilla WoW too. Let's just go around and Blessing of Kings everybody in the raid for a long period of time, and it would end up being worth it. Like, there's such a shitty fucking unfinished class. Oh shit. I guess I got, as much as I'm making fun of him. Fuck, I should have just done that. I would have been fine. I didn't really pay attention to my health there. How did it get that low? Like, I didn't even do anything. Alright, fine. So now we'll switch to the 4 Horsemen. I'm talking trash about how shitty his deck is and he's a bot and this and that. I don't feel like it was justified that I was that low. Like, what happened? They barely even did anything. They're just summoning a bunch of little weenie treants and shit. Yeah, at least we got to see Galvadon in every single game besides that one. And even though he got destroyed pretty annoyingly a couple times, let's just try to get to silver, like I was saying.
I will fight with honor.
Now, it's worth it to keep that guy because he's going to guarantee that you get Uther. Right, for the simple fact that he is my highest cost card. Some of these Paladin heroes are actually pretty satisfying to use. Like, just the whole damage reduction there is nice. But that's kind of redundant now because that's the one you only care about Beardo then. Right, having this guy is useless, and of course that is from the newest expansion, so how fitting. That actually does work pretty well with this. Just so you can always guarantee that you get Uther.
Pirates away! Pirates away!
By the holy light.
Bro thinks he's a pyro warrior over here. I mean, I guess you have no choice but to do that just to try to stay in the game. Damn, we were rolling over people, now we're seeing stuff that is actually going to be annoying. Because this deck is too slow no matter what you do. But that's how you can measure in episode 2. Like, I'll go until I lose with both decks, but it could happen very quickly too. We'll get our lowest cost card twice, our highest cost card twice. So between the two, you probably will get Beardo, but this isn't the kind of deck that you want to go against because you have... Because you have the simple ability to... It might be... Everything's going to be too slow of a play. And like I said, I don't have very many good AoEs or anything in here either. So I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose this because I can't really do anything. I even got rushed down in the last game, and I don't even know how the fuck that happened because... This is still pretty good progress, though. It's only the second episode of the month. And... Or no, wait, is it? Yeah, it would have to be. No, I guess it could be like 1, 8, 15 or something like that. But whatever. It's not very... It's still good. Or you do have... Oh, shit. I was even saying I don't have AoE, but I do. Wow, that just saved my life. What did she say for my mother? Okay, we can do the highest cost card thing twice. Which again, it could very likely give you Beardo. There'll be a few 2 cost cards to consider. But generally this should be fine. I mean, they're not burning out the way I would have thought they might. There's that other one that buffs... Oh, no. I'm thinking about the other deck, though. That other deck might not have had... Who are you? Edward Elric in the fucking... Whatever episode that is. Episode 20-something of FMA where he says that at the end. In an iconic way, wait for me. As he's talking to Alphonse Elric. Weird, obscure reference of the day. Hot take, the 2003 FMA series is just as good as Brotherhood and has a better tone than Brotherhood because it was more serious. I mean, I would almost need another fucking AoE here. But yeah, this is gonna count as the fucking AoE. I guess we are just going to lose, so there's nothing I can do. Like, what could my lowest cost card be that's like, oh shit. Oh shit, it would have been so good. I guess they only have one. No, I'm still dead though because... Because of the stupid ass weapon, you wouldn't have been able to do anything anyway. Or could I maybe done that in a different sequence that would have allowed me to... I guess not though, because you did that first. Okay, you don't have to be at. I thought you were going to kill me anyway with the weapon. Okay, whatever. That one game that we lost with the other deck was a little underwhelming. And the reason why is because obviously you feel like I could have won that. Or at least I could have dragged it out a bit more, but then I just kind of wasn't paying attention to my health. But no, that Galvadon deck actually doesn't seem all that bad. It seems very reliable to get him out, first of all. Right, almost every game I was able to get him out, and it doesn't mean you always win with him. And we got cucked kind of on our ability to try to play him. I mean, ability to keep him out there on the board for more than one turn. Even when he has stealth, you get the perfect asphyxiate play, you get the perfect twisting nether play. Let me see actually what happened with that. Oh, all minions and locations. I like when they buff all these old cards because it makes it seem like, oh, we're trying to keep all these things relevant, but when you have so many new and power creeped out cards, it almost doesn't feel necessary. It's maybe a good way to avoid power creep. Like, we don't want to make... We'll just make a new card that's just like Twisting Nether, but it also destroys locations. Like, why not just do this instead then? So, that can be this game's greatest weakness sometimes, is what, like, how many classes there are just splits the collection all the more, compared to, like, Magic with only 5 colors. Okay, see you tomorrow.